We've come far, experienced so much, been to so many places with so many people, with one destination in mind: to create a world where everybody can be somebody. A sport where every fan has a voice. A movement where anyone can come in. People came from all over the world to be a part of it, to prove that, if you want it enough, anything's possible. There's a hero hidden in all of us, waiting to leap out of our bedrooms and onto the world stage.
So when all of us here grow older and our children grow older, we'll tell them about how it all began.
A generation came together. Friends turned into leaders. Superstars stepped out of the shadows and inspired a whole sport to do the same.
You are the people who found esports, drove esports, and believed in it.
What happens next? Well, that depends on how we write it.
Welcome to the world of esports. 2 decades ago, esport was born and has since then revolutionized the world of sports and entertainment. It is what every traditional sports club wants to be: young, global, and increasingly diverse. And its viewer numbers know only one way, and that is up. In the year 2000, our founder Ralf Reichert had that vision that one day the professional competition of computer gaming would become a game changer and would become one of the most important forms of entertainment. And today we are almost there. ESL, the company that I'm working for, I'm Director of Operation at ESL, was founded by Ralf in the year 2000 and is the largest esports company in the world. Together with our sister company DreamHack, both owned by MTG, Nordic media and broadcasting company, ESL and DreamHack are the #1 content provider for esports content. And our esports content, that are leagues, games, and tournaments that run across the world. So what does ESL actually do? Well, we are connecting the dots. The esports ecosystem looks very much like a traditional sports ecosystem. So we have the teams, we have distributors, we have fans, we have brand and advertisers. What is new in esports is we have the game publishers who own the IP. And what we as a league operator do is we connect the dots. We make sure that teams are connected with the game publishers, that we deliver everything to the fans, and of course that brands and advertisers have a platform to promote their products. And how do we do that? Well, by producing leagues and by producing events. Now, how do we do it? We do it with over 200 events on 6 continents and 17 time zones with over 20 currencies. Like on an average event, we do 120 to 180 crew members are active behind the stage, and depending on the size of an event, we have 70 to 250 athletes. There's millions of dollar prize pool at our events and hundreds of processes that need to be taken care of. Up to 20 departments work together to stage an esports event, and we have over 3,000 individual tasks that need to be performed in order to have a successful event where the fans just love to cheer. We started really to analyze all our processes, and we came out with this process chart here. And believe me, in all of those boxes you see there are even more little sub-boxes and checklists and whatever defining on how our event process is conducted. So it starts with the pre-planning, it goes through the pre-production to the actually production planning. We have event marketing. We have the whole sales story that needs to be covered. We have the execution of the event. And at the end, we want to know what happened, so we have the evaluation. And that all is in one big process. Again, up to 3,000 individual tasks. And you can imagine that with a start-up company that we have been back in the years, all those processes now needed to be unified. And that is where we said what we need here is a computer-aided workflow. A workflow that helps us achieving always the same tasks. Now, how do we win this game? For us, it was clear what we needed was global standardization. We needed a strong economical focus to make our events more efficient. We needed to have an improved project monitoring to really see how are all our individual tasks across all the departments actually performing. And what we needed is optimized communication. Email just didn't work at all at the end anymore. So when we went out to the software market, we were looking for some specific things. First of all, with that computer-aided workflow, we wanted to have a unified but yet flexible way to process the workflow. We wanted to support a culture of accountability, and we wanted to focus on economical impact. So it shouldn't just be a standard project management tool, it should also be a budget planning tool. And then we wanted especially to identify process failures very quickly. You can imagine in a vision with those many tasks out there, it is crucial for us to understand when something is not interacting the way it is, because sometimes a failure in a process which is not identified in the right time delivers a huge problem at the end in the delivery. Of course, we wanted to give overview of all our project status and our KPIs, and we wanted to involve external parties to that software. We wanted to onboard them because there are a lot of external suppliers we are working with. So those were our 6 main goals, and we went out to the software market and said, hey, who can help us? Who can help ESL to provide a computer-aided workflow? Well, that was a really disappointing task, to be very honest. First of all, there were very limited solutions on the market. We were really disappointed that most of the software companies we approached were saying, well, sorry, we can't deliver what you need. When they had something, they said, well, look how beautiful our process is and what you can do, but there was almost no potential to really customize it. We kind of had the feeling we had to adapt to the software, and not the software is adapting to our workflow. This is not what we wanted. There was a lack of integration to other systems. We have a lot of different systems that is needed to produce our events, and we needed some system that was really open with APIs, and most of the solutions out there were not supplying this. And at the end, to be also very frankly here, most of them had a poor user experience. So that was something we said, well, doesn't look really good, what do we do? Well, then our IT guys came to us and said, well, we have a great software here, it's called Jira. I was like, okay, let's have a look to Jira. Well, our IT guys loved it because it integrated into our IT infrastructure just perfectly. Great, check mark. And of course, it had a very strong to-do and task management. Hey, check mark, I really love the task management in Jira. It has strong data protection. Yes, that's what we need. Thank you, IT. Now, what do I need? Well, it was a little difficult creating project-related role-based teams. Didn't really work. Oh, financial functions, budgeting and reporting. Yes, that's not really the strengths of Jira. Oh, okay, let's go on. Detailed permissions management. Oh, it's a great permission management, but not as detailed as we needed it to be. Information is quickly available. Sorry, Jira, but me as someone not really used it as an Atlassian, it's not a one-click solution. You really have to dig into those tickets. And easy to use? Well, we have a gaming background, and in my view, that was not easy to use. So basically, sorry, Jira failed. All over, we don't need it. Let's look for a customized solution. Let's produce something on our own.
Hold on. Customized solution? I mean, really? Do we need it?
Well, I'm so happy that Sam steps in now because he stepped in back in the days and changed the way we looked at this.
So, thank you, Thomas. So let's have a look of how we have changed ESL's view on Jira actually being able to provide this solution to their needs, to fulfill the needs that they really have. Here are a few facts about us. So venITure is an Atlassian Enterprise and Platinum solution partner founded in late 2016 with its headquarters in Germany, a location in Croatia and Turkey. We have now over 100 employees across our company group, and we're very happy to be here. So ESL wanted a solution like Jira because they liked KANBAN and SCRUM boards, but they were still missing a few things that Thomas just mentioned. So we want to take these KANBAN and SCRUM boards. They're great. They wanted a good ticketing software. We gave them the best ticketing software. Jira Data Center is the best ticketing software there is. At least that's how we see it. We wanted to make use of the powerful workflow engine that Atlassian Jira Data Center provides. We have the possibility to have easy codeless adjustments, and this is where ESL does not have to adapt to the software, but we can actually make the workflow of the software adapt to ESL's needs and the way they work.
You are the people who found esports, drove esports and believed in it.
Downtime? Not with Jira Data Center. ESL had the requirement for the software to be available 24/7. They have events being executed in Europe, North America, China, or even down under. All over the world, these events are being executed, and the software needed to have these events executed in the proper manner needs to be highly available. We need to be able to perform zero downtime upgrades on them when maintenance is due. There needs to be performance at scale and instant scalability if needed. And this is why we thought and we know that Jira is actually the proper software for it. Jira Data Center solves this problem. So it is a whole package around it. We have the Atlassian Marketplace with unlimited customization opportunities in forms of Atlassian apps that actually extend the functionalities of the Atlassian products like Jira. Then we have the possibility to visualize data and their dependencies with issue warehouses. But in addition, the core system of Jira is actually maintained by Atlassian, and this was one of the key arguments also for ESL to say, hey, if we have this customized solution, we actually need to maintain this all the way. With Jira, this is actually not the case because the main and core software is maintained by Atlassian. And using the opportunity of Atlassian Marketplace apps extends this even further, because if we use applications from the marketplace by top vendors or vendors from the solution ecosystem, we're actually being provided and offered maintained software, which is a key argument for ESL to choose Jira instead of any other type of software. So let's have a look at our pitch and how we have addressed the problem of usability and design that ESL was actually addressing. So Thomas, let's have a look at how we have pitched it to you, and let's look at the first option, Jira's default view, and it's solving your problem.
Well, Sam, exactly what I told you, right? I understand we can structure it a little bit. Yes, information is there, but accessibility to data and information, I think it's still not what we need. We are gaming people, we are event people, we need more eye candy.
IT loves it.
I know IT.
Okay, let's have a look at it when we make some structural adjustments. Do these fulfill your needs?
Well, getting better. Information is a little bit clearer to see, and we see where things are, and I think it's better to see, yeah, but still not actually, you know, we need this swag. And still missing that swag.
So let's get that eye candy and let's have a look if we can make it even better than what we see here. Let's have a look at a custom style Jira. Are you up for it?
No, let's go for it.
Let's have a quick view into it.
I mean, that's what I like. With one click, you get to the information you need, you get all the data that is there. It actually shows you what you have to do. I mean, you are now working on a project and everything is there at one glance. That's what I love.
So this is how we initially pitched the idea and wanted Jira to be the software that ESL really relies on and makes their events in a whole really dependent on this software. So we have used applications from the marketplace, from the ecosystem, in order to make this possible. If the application was not existing, we were actually the ones that were behind it and developed the application in order to solve the problem that ESL was facing. So let's have a look at the applications from the marketplace that we have used. So issue layout. This is an application we used in order to restructure tickets and tickets views. We have some focused views that really help order tickets and events on a role-based manner as well. We have used JSU from our friends at Beacom. We have introduced Issue Grid, an application that you can find out more about later on after the session. And we've used Script Runner from our friends at Adaptivist, which we're very thankful of, as we know that both JSU and Script Runner are applications that are very essential to us whenever we introduce Jira data center projects to customers. And we have our application theme for Jira that has also extended the features by the needs that Thomas had in regards to the design and eye candy. And we needed some issue linking as well, which is introduced with vlinks and is already available on the marketplace and existing for quite some time now. So we had limited solutions on the market. Now we've made it possible to have endless opportunities in the marketplace. There was almost no potential to customize, Thomas said. Well, custom Jira solution is what is customized, and it's unlimited. We had a lack of integration of other systems. We actually made this possible. We have custom APIs available, and we're able to connect to any external system, have bidirectional syncing, and have information available on both ends. Poor user experience? A combination of UI and UX made it great and amplified collaboration as a whole.
And we are so thankful, Sam, that you introduced that customization of Jira to us, because what it did is it really combined those two worlds that were so important to us. On the one hand, a system foundation that is really reliable, as you say, 24/7 up there, strong data protection, everything that is so important to our IT department to protect our data and to make it available. Absolutely important. But on the other hand, we also made it to get the right UX for our team. Thank you so much again with you and your team.
You're welcome.
A marvelous job here.
Thank you.
We called the tool now I/O. Why I/O? Well, maybe some of you know it, but I/O is a hero from Dota 2, one of the big games we stage at our tournaments. And here I/O is on its own a relatively powerless character, but linked together with the hero, it amplifies the strengths of the hero. And that's exactly what we envision this tool to be, that helps to amplify the strengths of our event and project managers to make better events in the future together with this tool. Now, when we designed I/O, there were a couple of design principles that were very, very crucial and important to us. Number one is a single source of truth. We wanted to have only one source of truth. We wanted to make sure that the citizens are all talking the same language, that we have the same data source wherever we are looking at it. We wanted to have, as said, clear accountability, and therefore we really love the concept of assignees in Jira, to have this assignee concept of saying it's one person who's really accountable for one specific task. The most important for us was to get rid of all the data silos that were hidden in all those Excel, Google Sheets and Google Drives and here and there, and to really get everything together to enable true collaboration. Of course, we wanted to have the financial focus and to drive with the whole tool, to drive with I/O our productivity. And if you have a look on how we integrated it into our world of system, it's absolutely amazing what the IT guys did here. Now, We integrated Salesforce for all the revenue data. We integrated SAP for all the consolidated financial data. We have a procurement system called Cooper. This is fully integrated and seamlessly in I/O. Of course, it also goes directly into our reporting, and we have a Slack channel that is attached to it. So I/O is in the center, is a spider in the web, and is handling all the information. But each of the system has their relevant information, is a single source of truth. So Salesforce always remains a source of truth for the salespeople, and SAP as well. But the project manager now has visibility to all that information, to a marvelous API management, which I'm really thankful, and actually which is far beyond what I would have hoped when we started the project. But we did not only integrate systems, we also integrated our teams.
So the solution actually brought together over 20 different departments from various business teams, whether it is finance, sales, marketing, or even legal. So how did they actually feel about this solution, or how do they feel about Jira Data Center, or let's call it I/O?
At the beginning, maybe a little bit skeptical, as I had been, but once they really started working with it, they're like, I didn't know it was that easy to retrieve information. Task where I typically need like 30 minutes, I now can perform within seconds. So they really see how this drives efficiency, and they like it.
And how would you describe their feeling in 3 words?
Well, that's easy. ESL loves Jira. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time and attention. Please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions. Both Thomas and I are here for you.